you're looking for the best, cheapest and quickest delivery Forza Horizon 4 pre-made modded accounts, personal account mods or credit packs that work on online in both PC and Xbox and also have a very unlikely chance of being banned, head over to MitchCactus.com guys, as we also additionally now provide ban warranty across all mod packages. What is going on guys, MitchCactus here, coming back with another Forza Horizon 4 video. Today I'm going to show you guys how you guys are able to successfully snipe cars in the auction house and be able to make hundreds of millions of credits per day using extremely easy and effective methods that allow you to pretty much go from rags to riches within Forza by simply trading and switching up extremely rare cars by getting them cheap, selling them high, and I'll be showing you guys exactly how you can get the organization and the buyout filters to be able to go in and do this. Now this is definitely the best current way of doing this. Obviously over time the methods will switch up and change, but as of right now, the start of March 2021, this is the best way to do so via the auction house. Now of course, most of the people who are watching this video are most likely not subscribed to my channel, so if you're not, be sure to go in and drop a subscribe and smash the like button while you're at it guys. It only takes around 5 seconds, helps me out a bunch, and of course would keep you guys up to date with my next Forza videos, glitches, tutorials, and etc. So guys, and if you'd like to see more information about MitchCactus.com, where we sell modded accounts that work on both PC and Xbox, and of course credit packs, there'll be a link at the top of the description below where all information you'll need to know is on site. So guys, I'll be going over probably around 3 to 5 methods, not too many in this video, but definitely enough and the best ones you need to know as of right now. So guys, let's head straight into it. And one thing I just want to say is that some people like to go through the auction house at their houses, their in-game houses, but I will just say doing so at the festival is actually better, as if you're trying to snipe cars, there's a quicker reaction, or at least there's a quicker loading time for cars you snipe in the festival than there is at the house. That's one thing I just like to state before I get started. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about will of course be the Toyota GT86. Now one thing I just want to point out is that when I'm going over these advanced searches, one thing that you want to keep in mind, if you want to try and make your own, you want to switch and change how you do it, because you have the discretion to be able to do so, is understand that it's important to have the most combined value in your searches each time. It's more efficient and it's a greater chance of unlocking a bigger variety of rare cars. One thing I also want to show is I'm just going to go for a random auction house search right now, and one thing I need to make sure you guys know is that when you're sniping cars, you need to be quick off the jump. So let's say if you're looking for one specific car, as soon as you see this white thing loading, that's when you want to start spamming Y on your controller. You don't want to click into a car and buy it like this, wait for it to load, buy out like that. That's way too slow. As soon as you see a car and you have trust in your search that the one car you see is going to be the one you're looking for, as soon as you see it, spam Y, one down, buy out, and just spam A. So I'll go over that slower in a second here, but basically you'll get the gist of it. So you go Y, so one down, buy out, tap A, and then tap A again. So you pretty much just spam A as soon as you get to that buyout space, and that's how you have the best chance of competing with other people who are also sniping as possible. So the first one I'm going to be going in and talking about, I'll talk about the GT86 later. Actually, I want to talk about GMC. So the GMC is of course one manufacturer, and pretty much every single GMC car is extremely rare. You can often find these cars pretty cheap. You will either be able to find them for a few million, or maybe you'll find them in the tens of millions, and consistently will be able to sell them for at least 15 to 19 million. As you can see, a lot of the GMCs that came up weren't too rare, but if you want to look for more ones like the Cyclone, these are when they really start to get in the high dollar accounts guys, because these all sell for millions of credits and you can easily find them cheaper. Now again, if I go in and show you, there's another GMC car, the Typhoon, another very rare GMC that has a very high resale price. You can see these people are bidding these for 4 million right here. That's just shows exactly how much these really go for. And here's a good way to be able to go in and find them. So here's a good GMC filter. So you want to go max buyout. Let's go 4 million, and let's actually skip out any of the GMCs right there. So let's take out this, and you might see that yes, there'll be a few of those vans which are not very expensive, so I'll wait to alleviate that. You can see most of them are on for 200k. Let's go for a minimum bid of 200,000 now. Maybe even if you want to go, I'm actually going to go 100,000, just because sometimes you'll find those Cyclones put up for literally around 130,000, and you'll easily be able to get them at that price. So there you go, 100,000. Now it's going to numb it down a little bit. So pretty much all you guys need to do is, once you get a good search going, all you really need to do is just go in and out, and each time search, you want to see a GMC Cyclone low price. Now let's say, what do you want to go? I'll actually go in and add a minimum bid price. I think it turned off for some reason. Sometimes it can happen. Or a minimum bid. Sorry for those noises guys, just my jeweler. So you want to go a minimum bid, and you can also go for a minimum buyout here. And let's say 100,000 credits for both, and that'll alleviate a lot of those vans. Keep it to the important cars we're looking for. So there's still a few vans here, but you want to keep that in case you find some cheap cyclones. And pretty much, guys, if you find a cyclone, let's say you find one for 200,000, 300,000, even if you're buying one, let's say you bid on this for $1 million and you manage to secure it, you can easily resell it for 3-4 million at least. These used to go for around 15 to 19 million, but since then they've gone down in price a little bit as they've become less rare over time. However, there's still something you can easily make a bunch of credits through flipping. So here's another one I'll talk about. This is a little cheeky method. It's not something that is definitely the same as with these searches. This is just something pretty cheeky that I recommend you guys actually capitalize on, as sometimes when you're trying to make money at Forza, you just got to capitalize on opportunities, and this is one you can definitely capitalize on. So I'm going to go ahead and reset these bids, and let's going to go back to factory searches. And this is related to Ferrari 59XX Evo. So as we know, pretty sure anyone who, if you don't live under a rock and you play Forza, you know what the 59XX Evo is. The fastest car in the game, one of the most highly sought after cars. But there's also a Ferrari 599XX. Now this isn't a very rare car. In fact, you can buy it off the auto show. But here's one thing that a lot of people often do, is a bunch of people will confuse these for an XX Evo. So if you get a design like this, looks like an XX Evo, it's not going to happen very often. It's not something you can bet on. But every day, get 3 599XXs, list them up with a really high buyout, 3-4 million if you can, if you have the painter and tuner skills, or at least put them up for a few million. And I can assure you, every few days you're gonna get a few people buying out these. So I've easily done this around 10 times a week. People buy them, they think they're an XX Evo, they buy them, they realize, oh damn, that was the wrong one. Easily going to make around 10 million credits profit just from that. It's a little bit cheeky. It's not something that's really reliable, but it's definitely something you can do here and there if you want to make some money. And here's another filter specifically for Toyotas. Again, extremely rare cars in Forza. All of them are pretty much cars you're not able to be easily came after. But this time we're going to go source. We're going to go all unique cars. After you've done this, you want to go Toyota. Pretty much, I'm going to go max buyout 600,000 credits. This is going to ensure that all the people who are listing their Toyotas up for extremely high prices are going to get out of the way. We're not interested in that. I'll show you just for an example, but there'll be a bunch up here for 16 million. This shows how much GT86 sell for. You can easily get 7 million for that easily. And that's one thing I want to point out. This one is good price seller. You can easily flip these for around $1 million. And so that's why I'm going to go for a max buyout, just so we keep it to the rare cars, but also ones that are not too overpriced, that we're not trying to snipe. We're not trying to snipe one for 16 million. We're trying to snipe one cheap and put up for 16 million. So let's go max buyout. And now it'll make it a little bit more exclusive. So pretty much you want to scroll through here, and if you see any sort of rare car that you're looking for, you want to see those Toyota GT86s, you want to see any sort of those kind of cars, that's when you want to go straight for a bidding on them. Now it can be a little bit of sifting required. You can alternate the settings as you please, but it's really up to you as to how you guys want to go ahead and do that. Now of course there's a few ways to do this. Those GT86s, sometimes you can find them for pretty much it's no in between. You're either going to find a GT86, you're either going to find one for, let's say, around 138,000 credits. That's the normal buyout price. The people who just don't know how rare they are will sell them up for. So it'll either be 138,000 or like 3-4 million. Even if you can find one for 3-4 million, that's an easy way to list it up for, let's say, 10-12 million, and that's 6 million profit. And there's times where I've found 4 GT86s in 10 minutes, and I've run them all for around 2 million each, and I've flipped them for 16 mil each. And that's 40 million profit in 5 minutes, and that's not going to consistently happen, but in the times it does, that's going to be a big payday. So in terms of other sort of ones you can try get, if you want to get other sort of rare cars, and of course there's no shortage of them in Forza, but let's say you want to go for a specific type that you're realistically is trying to go ahead and specifically snipe itself instead of a broad variety. Let's say you're trying to get the 596 Evo. There's no real method for this. There's no buy, there's no alternating the search. It's pretty much literally just sniping over and over again, hoping you can find it, and when you do, you're the first one to get it. So this is all you need to do, get the search in and out, in and out. And like I said, as soon as I was talking about at the start of the video, as soon as you see a little grey loading outline of a cart loading, spam Y, 1 down, and 2 spam click A, and that's how you guys can have the best competing chance to be able to buy them out first. That's what I recommend. And in terms of other cars, it's really up to you as to what you want to do. Maybe there's a certain rare car you're specifically looking for. In terms of this, like I said, there's a bit of leeway as to how you guys can do this, but this is just a few recommendations as to methods that I recommend to you guys in terms of what are not only effective at making you some pretty quick credits, but if you have a rare car that you're looking for, integrate some of these techniques. Integrate that all unique cars search filter. That's very effective at pretty much deterring or at least alleviating all the non-rare cars. And then from there, you can numb it down a little bit as to what cars you're actually looking for. do that search trick where you keep going over and over again, sifting through them, finding the rare cars, buy them cheap, sell them high. That's all there really is. It's a lot of easy ways to make money quickly in Forza, and this is just another one of them, guys. So I hope you all did enjoy. If you did, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel. It only takes 3 seconds and helps out a bunch. And comment any other methods that you know of that have been effective, or at least how these went for you guys. So that's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching.